Right now, Americans now owe more on their student loans than they do their credit cards. With student loan debt growing at a rate of $2,800 per second, it has surpassed the $1 trillion mark. But did you know you can go to college for free? Yes, that's right. In his book, Go to College for Free, author Manuel Fabricar says he lays out a plan that has helped more than 5,000 students save money on tuition or go to college absolutely free. That is fantastic, and Manuel is here with us this morning. Manuel, thank you so much for being here. All right, well, let's first talk about what you do. You are a certified college planning specialist.
Yes.
Now, what is that exactly?
Okay, it's someone who understands the whole process of college, from admissions, the application, the financial aid, and the college funding.
Okay. Now, you suggest that students start pretty early on and they start laying out a plan early on how to afford college. What are some of the early bird strategies that you would recommend for college-bound students?
Okay, so first is, if we're going through the application process right now, is make sure you're going to do early action.
Early action.
Early
okay.
action. And that'll save you, if you qualify, $10,000 a year for 4 years, guaranteed.
Right, okay, okay. Now, this is something that, you know, I'm a theater major. That was my degree in theater. We talk about balancing the cost of education versus the degree earned.
Okay.
Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. So the high cost of college, at some of the most prestigious universities or private universities, $60,000 a year. On state level universities, you're maybe $20,000 a year.
Okay.
So we have to balance this out a little bit. Do we want to go to the big brand name universities, and how are we going to do that?
Right.
Spending $240,000, you know, for the cost of 4-year education,
Right.
or how do we justify going with an $80,000 or $80,000 for the 4-year education?
Right, yeah, so weighing those out versus on what the end result is in your career that
Correct.
you want to do. Right, okay. Now, in terms of talking about which colleges and universities we're looking at, what should students be looking for when they apply to a college, and what questions should they be asking about the universities?
Okay, so one of the first things that students are always going to do is, you know, figure out what major. What is the major I should be going into? Because they may spend a lot of time bouncing around, you know, the college, figuring out, oh, am I going to be this major, that major?
Right,
that
and
doesn't really
oftentimes
interest me.
they wait until their sophomore year before they declare a major usually, right?
And the bad part is, what if the college that you're attending doesn't have your major?
Right. Yeah.
Then you're really in trouble.
That's bad news. That's real bad news. All right, well, how can students position themselves to get scholarships for those universities that they want to go to?
Do the research ahead of time. Look at the college top 20% of GPA and SAT or ACT scoring who's coming in.
Okay.
And if we could position ourselves that way, we'll get more money.
Okay, fantastic. Now, what are some of the common mistakes that not only students but their parents, because parents of course are involved in this, what are some of the common mistakes that they make?
One is they don't even bother applying for financial aid.
Yeah.
Many families think, you know what, Manny, we just make too much, we're not even going to bother.
Right.
And some of the colleges, they make you fill out the FAFSA form, the financial aid forms, just to even receive any type of merit aid.
Really?
So
okay.
it's part of the whole application process, and if you fail to do so, you're not going to be eligible for that scholarship at some colleges.
Right, so really do your research. That's probably the best thing you can do. Now, you have a SMART formula for getting free tuition. Let's talk about
Absolutely, yes. So SMART is be a standout.
Okay.
You know, colleges love students that are unique and they could add value to the campus. You know, M is for making connections. Get in the car and drive to these colleges. Make connections with admissions, with financial aid people, and they could be your biggest advocates in that whole process of getting more money.
Okay.
And apply for all the scholarships. There's a lot of scholarships at universities, departmental scholarships, alumni scholarships. Most students don't bother, so you have to apply for that.
Right, right.
And the resume building. The resume is going to be the building block for the foundation of receiving that big money. So start early in that process. I say sophomore year, okay? And T is testing, knowing your scores, the GPA and SAT scores, of where the big money's gonna be at.
Okay, great. Well, how can we learn more about this and pick up a copy of your book?
Okay, great. They could go to gotocollegeforfree.com, and they could also go to my main website, is collegeplanningabc.com.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, thank you so much. That is great information. Go pick up that book, folks.